The next stage is about classification. And this is a time when groups often disagree on the best system for sorting their ideas. It's the facilitator's job to watch out for conflicts and help the group smoothly through the process. At first, Wayne's group had difficulty agreeing on their strategy.
The purpose of what we're doing now is classification. Okay. So far you've gone for this kind of loose association of things. What are you going to do with it now?
I think we should put an idea on a piece of paper and then draw the necessary yellow pieces of paper onto the board that are associated with it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm thinking, like, one to do with company structures, one to do with climate, one to do with sort of personnel issues.
Objects.
Okay.
I don't get the objects, though. The objects doesn't mean anything to me.
Right. I think there are two kinds of discord that can happen in a group. There's, first of all, something going on between, say, two people in the group. So it's an across the group thing. If that begins to happen, you'll see little signs of friction or disagreement or whatever. The first thing I do is wait, because I need to gauge what level that's operating on.
The group has decided to focus on the ideas which fit under a broad heading of creative climate. But there are still too many, and they have to find a system for reducing them.
Stimulant for pleasure.
Fun, does that go with play?
Yes.
Holidays, does that go with play?
Yeah.
Party, does that go with play?
Yeah.
Learning, where does that go?
I think
Dream?
it's on a different page, I think it goes.
Fine, take it off and put it somewhere else. Senses, I put that with stimulants.
I think we've covered that with the likes of stimulants already.
Words. Words.
I think that's
What's words doing on here?
Words are something different.
Humour, play, pleasure.
Yeah, that stays. Cause that's, no, I think that should stay humour because that's slightly different. Oh, fights of fancy and dream. Maybe you don't need both of these. Do you think?
I'm just finding it hard to see how you rationalise that there is a difference between pleasure and humour.
Oh, there is.
Oh, there is.
They maybe just rub each other up the wrong way, and then almost immediately will kind of smile at each other and then say, let's explore where we're disagreeing.
I think learning is different.
From what?
If they don't do that, then it's about me dealing with it. You haven't actually rationalised any of the decisions. If somebody says this stays or this goes, if at least one other person says yeah, you've gone with it.
Yeah. Consensus.
Okay. It's the articulating of the getting rid of that I think is quite important. Right. I don't have a problem with what you're doing in the process. I'm quite interested, in fact fascinated, by the speed you went there. Suddenly, lots of them went. And I think it's quite useful to articulate why they were going, this was staying, these are going, that's staying.
Are you happy for us to finish the process?
Yeah.
Through a hedge.
What's that one?
Bacchus. That's God of pleasure, wine, just have a good time. Yeah. Just introduce me sometime. Trust, that's got to go.
So have you finished this one?
Meanwhile, Sue's group has had a less fraught time achieving classification of their ideas, which they've summarised in a large diagram. And Layla's helping Sue to rewrite the problem as she now sees it.
Provide security, manageable workload, and worthwhile.
I look to the facilitator to support me as the problem owner, because I felt very vulnerable at times, and having somebody in there that was facilitating that was very supportive to me.
Well, security sort of includes that, doesn't it? Because security can mean a lot of different things. Doesn't have to just mean money, does it?
But it was also being able to bring the focusing in back into what the area was that we were looking at, rather than going off too much at a tangent. So helping to redefine the problem and redefine my thinking of the problem.
It's the end of a long day, and Sue's finally arrived at a restatement of her problem and can take stock of how far she's come.
What started out as one thing seems to have evolved and become something a lot different. and seems to have been focusing more and more on me as a person. There's an awful lot of things that I look as if I'm going to have to go away and do if I'm to achieve some of the things that I need to achieve. And this is been quite difficult for me today. I have to say, because it's something I came along with as a problem. I thought I ought to come along with some sort of idea, and it's sort of ripping my whole life apart, really. So I found it quite difficult.